Atamaria, I'm Sheree Kinnear and these are the latest New Zealand Herald headlines. Dairy owners and their supporters will rally up and down the country today following the killing of a Sandringham shopkeeper. Janak Patel was fatally stabbed outside Rose Cottage Superette on Wednesday night. Protests will take place from 12:30 this afternoon, with business owners encouraged to close and stand in front of their shops for 2 hours. Meanwhile, the third person arrested in relation to the death of Patel is making their first court appearance today. The arrest was made shortly before a memorial service yesterday. The 36-year-old is charged with robbery, the same charge as the previously arrested 42-year-old, also appearing in court today. A 34-year-old charged with murder and aggravated robbery will reappear in the High Court on December 14. Concerns about a new entrenching provision for the government's Three Waters legislation. A change proposed by the Green Party, which has Labour's backing, would require 60% of MPs to agree to overturn a part of the bill protecting water services and assets from private ownership. A group of public law academics has raised concerns about the entrenchment provision being added without public debate about its effects. Timaru Mayor Nigel Bowen says it's an attempt to stop future governments changing the law.
I think if they had 75% of the votes in the House at the moment, they'd go to that supermajority, but they've only got 60, and so that's where they've landed.
Up to 20,000 frontline community health workers are in for a pay rise as the government commits $200 million a year to pay equity. Private and non-government employers will receive the funding through changes to their contracts with Te Whatu Ora and the Māori Health Authority. They'll then be required to use the money to level the pay between them and public hospitals. Health Minister Andrew Little says aged care facilities, hospices, home care support and Māori and Pacific healthcare organisations are first in line, and that's where the biggest pay gap is. There's more work to be done on 2 Wellington highways after heavy rain triggered landslides. Yesterday's downpours saw a slip shut down the northbound lanes on State Highway 2 heading towards Lower Hutt. They also caused a tree to come down in Porirua on State Highway 59. Both roads reopened that evening, but Waka Kotahi Mark Owens says they'll be assessing the roads today.
Looking at the permanent solutions will take time, and it's something we do need to make sure that we can shore up these areas, and there's likely to be ongoing sort of remedial work to restore it back to its full resilience.
And those are the latest New Zealand Herald headlines. For more stories and to stay up to date, head to nzherald.co.nz. Kia pai te rā.
Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel to stay up to date with all the latest news from the New Zealand Herald. Click the subscribe button below or check out one of the videos here and head over to nzherald.co.nz for more details on these stories and more.